Why not? Hi.
Fingers crossed. We're live. Well, fingers crossed that all the technology works for us now.
Yeah.
So, hi, Erin. Welcome to, I forgot my banner. Welcome to Losing Your Damn Mind with Andrea.
I love that title, by the way.
Thank you. I mean, it's very appropriate, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because so for frequent viewers of the show, you'll know that I mention Erin, my business partner, quite a bit, and this is she. My work wife. She actually exists.
Here I am.
That's right. So my rock, as it were, in life, were one of them anyway. So
there. I got
you. So, Erin, have you lost your damn mind?
I'm getting there. I think I lost it, and then I got it back, and then it's slowly going up.
Well, I mean, so as entrepreneurs, we're in a particular position right now because as a personal service industry, obviously, we're not supposed to be open at all right now, and I think we're allowed to starting once the second phase comes in, if it comes in, since we've had a jump in cases the last couple days.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like being self-employed affects one's ability to apply for EI. And also then there's the Canadian Emergency Relief Benefit. And so while some people are still like, oh, just take my picture on my porch or on my back step or whatever. And it's like, I can't.
It's a tough one. And I mean, the government keeps, there's a lot of mixed messages, especially with us photographers, because there's a lot of things out there saying that we can still be working as long as we're outside and we maintain that 10 feet distance. And, everybody that is being photographed is all from the same household. But then you get other people who are like, no, we can't do anything until, such and such a date. And I mean, and then you have to worry about whether or not you can actually, make the money to actually be able to, or make enough money that you don't have to worry about the CERB, or, forego any money just so that you can apply for it, right? So it's kind of a juggling thing for me.
Yeah. Well, like I've shut everything down, and I've gotten a couple inquiries in the last couple days, and I've been like, I don't know that I can work right now, and plus I am trying to, like, just for my own safety and because my mom especially is like in a high risk category. So, but it's a problem that we have as business people. You never want to tell people no. And I think I was telling you the other day how I had taken the dog for a long walk, and there's this footbridge near my house. And as I was approaching, I could tell something was going on because there were people like on either side of the bridge, just like waiting, that I could see. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And I realized that somebody was doing photos on the bridge. And then I saw them like walk off as a group together. And there was a part of me, a reactive part of me, that wanted to be like, way to socially distance, you jackasses. But then I reined it in. And I had to stop myself and be like, okay, you don't know, maybe they all live together or something.
Yeah, like they could be part of the same family. You don't know that.
Yeah, or it might be somebody who has like no income and really, really needs the money just to be able to continue paying their bills. And if it comes down to it, in those situations, it's like, well, I'm going to risk my own safety and that of others because I need the money.
Yeah.
So it really,
some people, I just don't think that they think it's a big deal right now. And like I mean, here in Regina, we have right now it's like 10 active cases, and they know where they all are for the most part. It's all, people who seem to be self-isolating and whatever. But I mean, that could change at any minute, right? So
yeah.
I mean, I think people are just thinking that it's not that big of a deal here because the cases are so low.
Yeah, well, and certainly since we had, a couple days where we only had, like, 1 or 3 new cases, probably
Yeah.
has, I think, maybe lulled people into a false sense of security because of that, but,
Well,
now
we're also opening things up, right? Like, I think that they're like, "Oh, okay, well, the government thinks that it's okay, so we're just gonna go with it," right? Like, just so,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, which is also a scary prospect because, just because the rules are being slackened, it doesn't mean that you can't still or you still shouldn't be staying away from people and also practicing washing your damn hands all the time. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So you said that, before this we were talking about how, your daughter, Scarlett, who how old is she now? She just turned
I just turned 9 in February, and,
yeah.
we have had 2, people tested for COVID in our house as of yesterday. Um,
Oh,
Ben was actually tested last week, and,
okay.
um, like, he had just a really bad headache, and he called 811 just to talk to them, and they're like, "Well, you have a headache, so let's test you," and he's like, "Ah."
Oh my god.
We're testing more and more people, so basically, if you have any symptom, they want to test you. I think mostly his is just his eyes. Like, he's staring at a screen all day, so he's having a lot of troubles with that. So he's thinking about getting some blue light glasses.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so Scarlett started not feeling good this past week, and ended up having, sore throat, fever, a little bit of a headache, cough. So obviously, like, those are all pretty, specific symptoms, right? So we
yeah.
called and we knew that she was gonna get tested. And so, yeah, she went in. It was a process for a 9-year-old to get it, get the test.
I
I
don't
mean,
know, considering, I have a bit of a history where it comes to, like, tests too. So when I heard oh my god, when I heard that the test involved, like, getting a Q-tip jammed right up your nose, even not feeling any symptoms or anything, I wanted to start crying. Just like it just sounds so awful.
she's like, "Mom, I think it touched the back of my eyeball."
Yeah, I know somebody else who was tested and said the same thing. So I just oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So, I mean, well, she still has fever, off and on, so we've been giving her Tylenol and stuff like that, but her test did come back negative today, so I mean, it's that time of year, right? Like, we're
Yeah,
having the colds, and it's like the allergies, and it just kind of, I mean, everything's kind of layering on top of each other, right? So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I've
well,
had a cough since, like, February, and it just doesn't wanna go away, so
yeah, I feel like I've been sniffling since November just because we've
yeah,
had such a dry winter and my my throat has been bothering me, but I it's because of seasonal allergies. Because especially since we haven't other than the last couple of days, like, we hadn't really been getting any rain, and we had so little snow this winter too, so
yeah,
yeah, but I suppose there wasn't really snow mold to talk about, so I guess
no,
that's a
that's true,
win.
so
So, do you think that you're gonna open up on the 19th, or are you gonna just wait a little bit and see how things go?
no, I don't know, I mean, I'm in one of those precarious places where I have to deal with both my kids being home.
Yeah.
Ben's working from home, but he is actually working, right? Like,
Mhm.
he's able to do his job from home, luckily.
Yeah.
He normally works where in his dad's house, so he's got like an office there, but his dad's older, so he doesn't necessarily want to go there and spread
Yeah.
any kind of germ, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so, with the kids being home and having to, like, do any kind of homeschooling, which has been some days are good, some days not so much. Today was a terrible day. Um,
Mhm.
so it was just one of those, like, I don't know. I've been struggling with it. I've been struggling with the idea of opening back up, whether or not I can. I have to be home with the kids, so I can apply for the CRB, so that helps. I can make up to $1,000. So, I mean, that's a bonus, but half the stuff that I do, I mean, I could potentially be making more than that. But
Yeah.
am I going to make up to the $3,000 that would all accumulate to and make it worthwhile? I
Yeah.
don't would, right? So it's like there's this, you kind of have to have this like happy medium, and I'm not sure where I'm at. And honestly, I'm not even like I'm not convinced that we're not going to have another outbreak here,
Yep.
and I'm not convinced that, things are over with. So I don't really want to like jump into it, start booking, and then all of a sudden have to be like, actually, I'm joking.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. That's no, I think it's prudent actually to err on the side of caution and maybe not book things yet until we have more of a concrete knowledge that things are going to be okay, because I feel like we're still I think it's, yeah, complacency that, again, the government is saying that we're gonna open up, so sure, I for those people who are like, "Yeah, I trust the government, they're making the right decisions for us," um, but I think it's like, "Okay, you guys, you red shirts for the Star Trek fans out there, you guys can run out and check things out, and, those of us in the gold and the blue shirts are gonna hang back and
We're
and
gonna oversee everything,
yeah,
and yeah,
we'll wait until those reports start coming in from the surface.
right.
Except
Yeah,
for Scotty, because he was a red shirt and he survived everything, so
that's very true.
So what have you been doing to occupy not just yourself, but, like, the kids when not, like, trying to do so homeschooling? Because I have to
Um,
assume that they're kinda bored too.
yeah, uh, for a couple days there, I braided Scarlett's hair.
Yeah.
Did a photo shoot. That was fun, and actually, like, really creative, and that was something that, like, really kinda helped. I did do one photo shoot, at a good distance, and it was a engagement shoot, because beforehand I had done, some porch portraits, but then obviously we kinda shut that down.
Mhm.
Um, and then this was one of the clients that had booked it, but they couldn't move their date around. So they ended up getting engaged during this. So I ended up doing like a cute little save the date for them. Um,
Mhm.
they had Coronas and they had toilet paper and they had Lysol and like it was a fun little photo shoot. So I did do that just as a kind of like a favor to them because they were so great when I basically canceled their porch portrait.
Yeah.
And then, but other than that, I've kind of just been, I uploaded a bunch of photos to the shoot and share photo contest, and so that just started voting today, which is kind of cool. But it's I don't know, it like nothing super spectacular, and with the kids, it's hard to keep them engaged. Like all they want to do is they want to, play Animal Jam on their tablets, and I'm over it.
Is that like Quasi cupcakes?
Yeah, I'm not even sure exactly what it is, but it's one that they like monitor pretty good, I guess, for kids. So
Okay.
I'm kind of watching it and whatever. So um yeah, so they want to do that. And I mean, as long as they're on like their tablets or on the computer. They do a lot of homework that way, which is good, and they like doing it that way. As
Mhm.
soon as I like open a book, they're like hard pass. I'm like, oh,
Aw. That's too bad, but I mean, yeah, I guess I understand, particularly, like, when we were their age, like,
yeah,
you had a Nintendo or a Sega, and, like, why like,
why?
I did like reading, but I definitely remember whittling many, many, many an hour away playing video games, that or on the Game Boy too, so, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we like, I mean, I have noticed some like really good things with my kids, and if we actually take the time to, sit down and like not worry about any of that, like Gus and I hung out outside one day while Scarlett wasn't feeling good, and he snuggled up in my lap, and we read a book, and we sat in the sun, and he fell asleep. Like,
Aw,
we've had some of those really, really awesome moments. Scarlett and I are reading, a book called The Other Boy right now, um, and she's really enjoying that and learning a lot that way. We've been talking about transgender people and stuff like that, and like what that means. And so this book is like about a boy in high school, I think it is, and how he's hasn't told any of his friends that he was born a girl, but he identifies as a boy. So
okay, cool.
it's a good book. I've read it before, and so she asked me if we could read it, and I was like, absolutely. So we've been talking about that, and she's really enjoying just like spending the time sitting together, reading, that kind of thing. So like we've had a
Mhm.
lot of really good moments outside of, like the structured things that
Yeah.
has been really good. So like we were, my husband and I were just kind of talking about how, hopefully they come out of this with like a more rounded view of like things, right? So it's not just school. Like we're gonna plant a garden this summer. We've planted a bunch of bee friendly flowers, and so they're starting to grow and they're really enjoying that. And
Mhm.
things like that. We're gonna paint the play structure. So hopefully they'll get to, do those things. And you know,
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, especially because I imagine those are the things that probably, like, because we all have those things that we're gonna get to when we've got time, and then
Yeah.
generally you just don't, so this is sort of, perhaps enforcing it, but still at least, you're able to take the time to do those things because I think that's probably pretty important for families right now, so
Yeah,
if they're
absolutely.
able to.
If
So
they're able to. Well, and I think it's just a time, like, I mean, hopefully it is forcing some families to slow down and,
yeah,
like, Ben's home a lot more, which is really nice. I'm home a lot more, which is really nice. So, we actually get to spend time as a family and, watch movies. And, we're probably on, the TV too much, but we're spending time together watching it instead of,
yeah.
like, just them or just us or, those kinds of things. We made cookies tonight. We haven't made cookies in I don't know how long. I'm one of those moms who doesn't do those things, so
Yeah. That's awesome though, that you have that, so, um,
yeah.
yeah, 'cause,
Bread. I've never baked bread before, and I've probably made buns, like, 4 or 5 times, and the kids are loving it, like, just being able to do those things, so
oh, good. Yeah, I thought that I was gonna just a couple weeks ago when I tried making that pickle bread and, like, it
yeah.
came out, and I didn't like it. But hey, like, it was an
You
experience, it was
tried it,
something
that's
to
great,
do.
yeah. I think I'll make 2 more batches. I need to either, like, start my own yeast and, like, actually have it ready, or I need to find some more because I think I
Yeah.
only have 2 packets left.
I saw somewhere, probably on Facebook, that, the unexpected, company that was behind all this was actually Big East. Just and so many people are talking about
That is
Stewart.
who. We should have taken stocks in those things.
I know, stocks in Lysol, and stocks in
Toilet
yeast,
paper.
toilet paper. Are people still hoarding toilet
No,
paper? Okay,
no. And
good.
they've actually, like, at Costco, I know you don't have a Costco membership, but they have a sign that says, "Things we will not return is toilet paper." So all these
Oh,
people that hoarded all their toilet paper can't even return it to get money back, so
well, I mean, they're gonna use it eventually.
yeah, yeah,
Or gift it to other people, I guess. Well, that's good to know. I mean, I think I'm good for a while still because I bought my 1 pack, when it was needed.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I can't really say that, I've done a whole lot other than well, this, doing the vlog, and again, for the I can see we've got 0 viewers right now, so well, I was talking to some friends about it, and one of them pointed out that, if this is helping you, then that's good in and of itself. And I was like, that's a good point because at least whether or not anybody ever wants to watch this, it's giving me something, a task to do. It's giving me something to focus on and not just worry about my problems and all the things that I have a tendency to build up in my head the more time I have to think about them. So,
For sure. Yeah.
yeah, because other than that, yeah, I watched all of season 7 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but that didn't take long because it was only 13 episodes for some reason. And
I have yet to watch it with anybody but you. Like, I've only watched those few episodes with you, and I know
oh,
you watch it because there's you and Leo are always like bringing out these quotes, and I'm like, yeah.
trying to bring it up at like a stressful moment, like noise. Yes, noise is something that they say. I think noise, noise,
Yeah,
noise.
that.
Cool, 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 cool. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. Mhm.
It's okay. I mean, if you find your only personal failing in life is that you didn't know enough quotes for a TV show, I think you're doing okay. You got the red shirt thing though.
Yeah, I was a Star Trek fan, so
Yeah.
well, Space Nine actually. So like we're kind of going through like all the we did Voyager once, we did Star Trek, we did now we're in Deep Space Nine.
Nice. Yeah, I never I watched Deep Space Nine sort of like haphazardly. Like I'm familiar with who all the main characters were, but when it came to like the war that came toward the end with it was the Cardassians
Yeah.
and I said the right word, right? Yeah, not Kardashians, the
Yeah.
Cardassians.
Yeah.
It bothers me that society has changed my ability to say that word, and I always have to think about it.
It's so true though. I think you have to think about it. You're like, minutes.
The ones who aren't just famous for being famous, with the bumps in the forehead.
Nothing here.
Yeah. Did you finish watching Picard, by the way?
I did. Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
How did you
Yeah.
like it?
You know, I liked it. I thought it was interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they continue it. And
Yeah,
like I hope they do. Um, I'm sure they will. But
we have
yeah,
plans to anyway.
it was an interesting way to go with that.
Mhm. Yeah, because I definitely felt like, in the first part of it, and I don't necessarily wanna get into spoilers for the 0 viewers that are watching.
You have to put a thing like all you who want to watch it, there are Picard spoilers.
Yeah, we'll have to put something in the comments. But, so without going into too much detail, the fact that I was like, "Wow, I do feel like, Patrick Stewart has aged quite a bit," but I was feeling like he's supposed to be 94 in it, so I was like, "Well, I guess maybe they've aged him up a little bit," and then, at the end, I was like, "Yeah, no, he seems like the same Jean-Luc Picard who finished in, like, 94 or whatever it was," so, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, considering it's been what, like almost 30 years, like
yeah.
since that ended. He looks really good.
Yeah, no, he's aged
Really never
remarkably
changed.
well, as has 7 of 9, like, they both
Yes,
seem
I
to.
love Seven. Like she's
Yeah,
my favorite.
they all seem to have taken from the same elixir that, Paul Rudd did, and
Right. Yeah.
maybe it's like the Marvel universe, like, only a few actors get it, but whichever ones they pick are the ones who will never age.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Doesn't change at all, ever.
I wish I could say the same for Data, because but yeah, what are you gonna do? Like, he's not actually, in fact, made out of plastic or whatever,
Mhm.
and, I felt like
The only time I ever felt that he looked really, um,
right?
older, I guess, and, like, was when, um, he's in the garden painting, and
Yeah.
his face looks a lot fuller
Yeah.
than later on in the show. Like, his face looks rounder and, like, full, right? So
Yeah.
but later on looks more like himself, I guess.
Yeah.
right?
It could be, like, I know that they obviously they had to do some post-processing to Brent Spiner's face, in it, and, like, because I felt like his eyes weren't the right color, and just the pallor of his skin was different too. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, like, it's one of those things that it's unfortunate, and that's why they ended up killing Data off in, whatever the last movie was, Insurrection, I guess?
Yeah.
Was it Insurrection? Yeah. Because obviously, like, Brent Spiner, the human being,
Yeah.
is aging, and, you can't really hide that, or but then again, tell that to Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think they had, like, a little thing on Twitter about that, actually, somebody commenting about how the Terminator is aged, and then Brent Spiner replied and was like, "It happened." I'm glad that they could.
Still looks quite I'm not gonna lie, he still looks pretty good considering.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I was glad to see Data back because, of course, like, Data was, like, the Spock of Next Generation, like, he was definitely a fan favorite, and, yeah, I was also I was pleased with how it ended. I'm not sure that I like the one storyline arc going across the entire season, but that's sorta how things are done these days, and, I like it's good to see those characters being back.
Yeah.
So, and my understanding is that Geordi is supposed to be back next season and play a larger role, and,
Mhm.
Guinan as well. So,
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
so it's good to see that, and just I don't know if you saw the video of, like, Patrick Stewart on The View asking Whoopi Goldberg to do it, but oh my
Mhm.
god, that's some if you need something that's just gonna make you smile, like, just search for it on YouTube.
I will.
It will make you
I
happy.
love her. I think she's amazing, so
Yeah, yeah, she seems so happy. So, okay, so we're coming up on 27 minutes, so because we kinda got off on a tangent. But, do you have any go-tos that to either alleviate stress if you are freaking out about the state of the world, or just something that makes you happy or makes you laugh?
do you want honesty?
Always.
I have a box of wine in my fridge.
Yes, yes,
Wine
I
is a go-to.
yeah,
Um, trying to get outside actually, like, when it's sunny out, just,
mhm,
like, dropping everything and just going outside, that seems to help a little bit.
mhm,
Mm, yeah, really just I mean, getting the kids out, like, being like, "I don't care what you guys wanna do, just go outside. Go outside." And, it'll make me feel better even if,
mhm,
I'm not out there with you.
yeah,
I'm not out there with you. There's a lot of noise in the house right now, and I don't do well with noise. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
I get a headache, my ears hurt, and so it's like a lot of talking over people to try and get them quiet, which doesn't help.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same
Why?
way, like, I'm one of those people that, the odd time when, like, people will be like, "Oh, hey, there's, like, let's go for drinks, we'll go to whatever pub." "Yeah, there's a band playing there tonight." And I'll be like, "Nope, pass."
Nope. Okay.
Yeah, like, support the band, do what you need to do, but, I can't. Like, if I'm going out for drinks with friends, like, I wanna be able to actually have a conversation with them, and it drives me crazy when I'm like, "What? What? Ah, never mind."
Way across the table, you're like, "What'd you say?"
Yeah, yeah, it's, well, I mean, it feels better now, I think, especially because the weather is getting better, so you're able to kick the kids out or just go for a walk yourself and stuff
Yeah,
like that, but, yeah, hopefully things start to get back to normal, like, while it's still nice out so that we can also enjoy it in a normal way too.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, in terms of the show, thank you for vlogging with me on a Friday night.
I'm gonna go up and watch
And
a movie and drink some wine.
That's right. Oh, that is a really good idea. I have some dark rum that I need to crack
There you
into.
go.
All right, well, we'll end the broadcast, and we'll talk to you soon.